Big Dave outside London Stadium, joined by Tim. Tim, West Ham 2, Everton 1. Good result.
It's the result we needed. I think, you take a win from wherever you get it. In our position, you take a win. But the problem I've got is we didn't play bad, but we didn't really play on the front foot. And this is down to Nuno. And if you look from the 60th minute on, there was holes appearing in the midfield. Pablo looked goosed and didn't have any more energy. Instead of bringing on Kante, who's got full of energy, we bring on Freddie Potts, who, I'll be honest, I thought he was poor today. Didn't get across, didn't cover, didn't really get any tackles in. But, we go to 1-1, and that's because Nuno lets us sit back. Instead of going at the front foot, going at teams, we're sitting back, and we're going to keep succumbing to it. Luckily, we went up the other end. Jared did a great bit of skill, and Wilson scores. But we shouldn't be relying on getting a scrappy last few minutes goals. We should be at these teams more, especially at home. I know with Arsenal we've got to play a bit cagey. We've got to actually try and be a bit defensive and get them on the break, and we've got the players to get them on the break. But when we're playing Everton, when we're going to play Leeds, when even we go away to Newcastle, have a go at them. Because the more you sit back, the more you try and defend in your own box, the more chance they've got of scoring. The best way of defending is in their half, not in our half. And I was a bit disappointed with Madsen today because the Sassy looked like it had the ump with him because he didn't come for a ball that went out for a corner. And why he comes out and punches when the ball is there to be caught, I don't know, because that could have put us back in problems. So again, Madsen's got to learn to man up and take control of his box, and he doesn't take control of his box, and that causes us some problems. So I'm a bit negative in the fact that Nuno's tactics I thought were poor. I'm a bit suspect with Madsen still, although he's had some clean sheets. I think he's got to man up and he's got to start controlling his box. But the rest of them ran and did the best they could. So it's a good win. We're now going to go away to Brentford. That's not going to be an easy game for us, but I think we could get a point there. And then we've got Arsenal. And I think if we play it cagey, we'll get a point, maybe 3 points there. But I've got a feeling it's going to go down to Leeds. I think Spurs will stay in touching distance. They'll be picking up points here and there. A win today is going to do them the world of good because their confidence is going to come up. So we've got to just keep that 2 points in front if we can, or a point in front. And I think the last game of the season is the big one. We're going to have Leeds and we're going to have to win it to stay up. And I'm fairly certain that's the crux game. We've got to go and get points wherever we can. Certainly, we've got to try and pick something up against Brentford, and we've got to try and pick something up against Newcastle and see what we can do against Arsenal. But if their backside's falling out, they may give it away to us anyway. But then we've got to come out against Leeds and go on the front foot, get 3 points, see how many points we've got, and then hopefully it's enough to see us across the line.
Well, hopefully, obviously, if Leeds get a result tomorrow, they've got Chelsea at Wembley. Could have been us, what might have been. But if Leeds can get a result tomorrow, they go through. The FA Cup final is the penultimate game of the season on Saturday, so that will kick a game over into the midweek. So there's a good chance by the time they play us, they may be well on the beach, champagned up and tired. So I end up with at least be the crux game. I think, depending how tomorrow goes, it could be a game that's positive. But to go back to your Hermansen point, is that not modern goalkeeping? The modern goalkeepers now, are we not more worried about the 50-yard diagonal balls and the distribution than we are about the basics of keeping the ball out the back of the net?
But not the problem. The thing is, if you do the basics right, you can do the rest right. But if you're going to not come for a ball and your centre half is expecting and calling for you to come and you don't come, you give a corner away, you're not doing the basics right. So, it's great if you get a player who can do a 50-yard diagonal. Hermansen can't do that. You watch his balls curve all over the place. That's great. But you've got to have a keeper who does the basics. Get the ball, control the box. You look at Pickford. No one does anything in that box without Pickford knowing about it. And if he ain't happy, he lets you know pretty damn quick he's not happy. Hermansen's quiet. He doesn't do that. And he's got to learn to boss the box. Otherwise, sooner or later, we're going to come a cropper because players will be expecting him to do something. He's not bossing the box, and we'll get a goal against us.
All right, last question. Are we staying up, yes or no?
Yes, but by the skin of our teeth.
I'll take that. Thank you very much.